Who's the bigger terrorist is the question today. I would say, as an American, that if we're going to get behind a regime change, it should be in Israel first. So that would be my position. I think the position of a lot of people who are waking up to the fact that Zionism has brought us nothing but grief in America. Can you name one positive thing that Zionists have contributed to America?
Okay, but are you saying that America should never use any military action then?
No. I'm not saying America can never use any military action. In fact, what I said earlier was I could get behind a regime change in Israel.
Wow. So Candace Owens, let me get this straight. She has 2 rules for if you can invade and regime change a country. Her words, not mine. She said, who is the biggest terrorist threat? And she said, what have they done for us? Those 2 things, if they're in the negative side for a country, we can then be justified to send U.S. troops on the ground and regime change them. That's what she said. That's how she decides it. That sounds like pretty much every neocon that she and Tucker Carlson and the likes have been trying to oust for the last few years. That's exactly what it sounds like. There's no distinguishable characteristic between her and Bush when it comes to those things. Those are incredibly subjective things and very wishy-washy prerequisites for regime changing a country, which is very serious business. I am not in favor of regime changing pretty much ever. I really am not. It's not a good thing. Ironically, she's arguing to go further in Iran than Trump did. Because again, she's saying that if it's a big terrorist threat, and we can all debate on if Iran is, but assuming for a second that Iran is, then you can go in because they're a big terrorist threat, you can invade and regime change them. Something that Trump said that he was not willing to do, something that Netanyahu in Israel said he's not willing to do. So again, Candace Owens is more radical than the both of them. So that means that if we could establish that, say, Iran was a sponsor of terror, she would be in favor of going in with U.S. troops and creating a regime change. It's total hypocrisy. We all know that Candace Owens wouldn't want that. Like, I'm just going off of what she said, but I think internally we all know Candace Owens does not want that. So the question is, why did the rules suddenly shift? Why, when she was in this interview, did she suddenly change her tune on all of this? And the reason is very simple. It's because of Israel. Israel changes all the rules. She said those rules to justify it, but at the end of the day, you see every rule she applies to Israel and why she hates it could be applied to the other Middle Eastern countries easily. But she doesn't advocate invading those other countries, does she? And it's because she has no principles. She's not anti-war at all. And that faction of the Republican Party and that faction of conservatism is not anti-war. She and the people who agree with her are not anti-war. They are anti-Israel and they're pro-Muslim. It's very easy to see. This is why Candace Owens has supported radical Muslims like Tristan and Andrew Tate. And she's not the only one. A lot of people have.